Hello, and thank you for joining us for One Family's annual celebration. I am Valerie Parrick, One Family's Executive Director, and I will be your host for tonight's event. We have planned an exciting program for you. The impact of One Family's work is best demonstrated through the personal stories of the parents we serve. So tonight, we will hear from One Family program participants, staff, and other supporters about their connections to One Family and how we are working together to end family homelessness in Massachusetts. I am immensely grateful to our host committee and our co-chairs, Barbara Marchetti and Michael Simons, as well as our sponsors, for making tonight's event a success, to our board of directors for their leadership, and most importantly, to our remarkable staff for their tireless efforts supporting families in need and each other during these challenging times. At One Family, we work to prevent homelessness and promote pathways to economic independence for Massachusetts families. Our philosophy is that long-term housing stability is built on a foundation of education and career success. Massachusetts residents face some of the highest costs of living in the country, leading to extremely high rates of homelessness. For families without savings or those scraping by on minimum wage jobs, it can be hard just to keep a roof overhead. And all of this was true even before COVID-19 hit. And of course, the pandemic has only made it worse. Each day in Massachusetts, there are over 12,000 people experiencing family homelessness in shelters and transitional housing. Thousands more experience family homelessness living doubled up, couch surfing, or in campgrounds and cars. In these challenging economic times, families need stable income to afford stable housing. This is where One Family comes in. Here to share more about One Family and her own story is our inspiring colleague, Femi Stoltz, coach for our Credential to Career program and co-chair of our advocacy team.
Economic independence looks a little bit different for everyone. It's a little bit more than just being able to pay your bills. It's the ability to do the things that you have to do, but also to do some of the things that you just like to do. And I think it is important to be able to, not have to worry that if one small thing goes wrong, that you could be in a financial bind. It's difficult to attain those things when you have a number of barriers, and it takes a tremendous amount of tenacity to make it through that situation, and it also takes a tremendous amount of support. At the time, I had 2 small children, part-time work, full-time school, and I wanted to, be able to excel, but that gets challenging when you have so many demands going on in your life. And so I think it was really important to have the program as a support because I could, one, reach out to my coach who was also a parent and who could relate. I was a first-generation college student, so the coaching really meant a lot to me, and that having someone to bounce ideas off of and to make suggestions about course selections and things like that was really helpful, to just have someone to kind of talk to and walk me through that process. I stayed in contact with One Family even once I had completed the program because I was so grateful for everything that they had done for me. At that point, I had finished undergrad with no student debt. I had a tremendous amount of support and coaching. They constantly shared resources. I was invited to lunch and learn events and events to learn how to, further my career. And also, I felt like they were part of my journey. So every time something happened for me, I wanted to make sure that One Family knew what was going on and was up to speed with what was happening with me. It's been a really great experience, and I am now lucky enough to be able to be part of that experience as the coach, which is unique and amazing. From the time I started working with One Family, I poured myself into the program as a participant and as a staff member. I feel like I want to be able to give that back to other parents in the Commonwealth the way that it was given to me. Of course, everyone's situation is unique, but I understand a lot of what parents are going through, and it's important for people to know that people do understand and acknowledge the challenges that they're facing and the fact that they're working really hard to change their situations. What we do is promote education through those 2 direct service programs, so through Credential to Career coaching and through the One Family Scholars program and through advocacy. We empower our parents to become economically independent. And looking now at my participants, I can see the help navigating the college systems in itself is really, really key and really helpful for them. Having someone and some entity that's there that is willing to work with you, that understands what those barriers are and is willing to help you either work around them or do what you can do to remove them, I think is really critical, because sometimes it is something as small as I didn't know where to start. And you don't know what you don't know. You need someone to help you out with those things. So that's really valuable, because once participants had that aha moment and they know what it is that they want to do and they're off and running. But making sure that whatever it is, that if they need additional education and training, that we can help them connect to that, because that is ultimately what will lead them to a family sustaining wage, and a family sustaining wage is what they need to no longer face homelessness or be at risk of homelessness. Parents are the foundations in their home, so if the parents are supported, then they can provide supports to their children. We want to be able to support parents so that they can go to college, so that they can complete it, so that they are able to pass wealth on to their children, so that they do have things to leave for their families. It is really, really important and meaningful, and it is what our families want, and we want to support them in that pursuit. Home is a really, really important place, and that's why that stability is so important. We want our folks to feel like they'll have a home that they can go to, that is theirs, that they feel complete in, and that they feel like this is an achievement and I can go home and I can take a deep breath, and at the least I don't have to worry about home. I don't have to worry about where I'm going after work. My home will be there when I get there, and that seems very small and it's something that people can take for granted. But to someone who's not known where they were gonna sleep that evening, or someone who's not known when they were gonna have a home of their own, I think that security there's nothing like it. It is so, so, so meaningful and so important. And it's what we want all of our families to feel, and it's why we're so dedicated and driven to the work.
Thank you so much for sharing your story, Femi. Your unwavering commitment to families and your leadership is an inspiration to us all. As Femi put it, for someone who has not known where they were going to sleep, there is nothing like that security. That's why One Family works to address family homelessness from all sides. Our signature initiative, the One Family Scholars Program, provides coaching and scholarships to single parents in college, helping them graduate while juggling work, school, and parenting. Our Credential to Career Coaching Program empowers parents who are unemployed or underemployed to achieve their education and career goals. By the end of the program, each parent has a detailed roadmap that outlines their next steps to enter a family-sustaining career. These two programs inform our public policy advocacy. Through this work, we amplify the voices of the families we serve in order to prevent homelessness on a systemic level. We are inspired by the resilience parents have shown this year in continuing to pursue their education and career goals despite tremendous adversity brought on by the coronavirus pandemic. One Family worked hard to provide increased support and resources to help parents persevere, including distributing over $120,000 in emergency aid directly to families. None of this would have been possible without the generosity of our supporters. However, we still need your help. Family homelessness remains a crisis in Massachusetts, and the families we serve have felt very real impacts brought on by the pandemic. 6 out of 10 parents have seen their monthly income reduced by an average of $1,300. Not surprisingly, this led to roughly $700 in monthly bills that families were unable to pay in full, including essentials like rent and utilities. Please make a gift today. You can donate now through our website at onefamilyinc.org/donate, or by clicking the donate button on your screen. It is now my pleasure to introduce Kathy Miranda. Kathy is a single mom of 2 teenagers who earned her bachelor's degree as a One Family Scholar in 2015. After graduation, Kathy attended law school and recently passed the Massachusetts bar. We are thrilled to hear more about her experiences as a One Family Scholar and beyond.
All you need is to falter a little bit. And then once you falter and you get into that position, it's a really bad circle. The economy is here and poverty is here where you have help. And then this is the gray area and there's not any help there. I believe that One Family, through all of its programs, especially the program that I was involved in, they're that like rung that you can grab onto and hang on for a little bit until you can get to that other rung that is, hopefully, sustainability within just the economy and independence. When I got out of high school, I worked. I have always worked 2 and 3 jobs. I also started my own business and I was really successful, but then down the line, I'd had 2 kids and then got divorced during the first recession. So where the economy was at the time, not having that education really was a huge barrier for me to do anything. It put me in a position where I couldn't provide for my kids, so I knew that I had to go back to school because we were surviving. We weren't thriving. Thriving to me looks like being able to afford my housing, afford a car, afford just the basic necessities for my kids, and being able to take them places and not say, no, we can't go to the movies, we can't do this, no, you can't have what the other kids have, within reason, but that's what thriving is to me. So if somebody has an education, they're able to get a better paying job and they're able to stay in their home and perhaps eventually move on from where they are if they're in housing or wherever they are. Homelessness is not something that people want to be at. Sometimes people are not educated, not through any fault of their own. It's just they're victims of their circumstances. So I believe that programs like this are so beneficial and so helpful. With the help of the donors and with the help of One Family, I was able to afford more classes, finish community college, get my bachelor's degree, and then move on from there, be able to save money where I don't feel like the bottom's not going to fall out at any moment. Lots of people see black and white, but they never see the gray area. And One Family addresses the gray area because I'm living proof that people actually live on the fringe of society and they need that help just to get up that next rung in the ladder. And honestly, I believe had I not had the support from One Family, besides the financial support, I would have never been able to go to law school. I've chosen the law, which some people might not think it's a way to help people, but it really is because you see people at their worst and when they need help, and that's what you're doing. Going to school and getting my degrees is like what I'm most proud of, and that my children have watched me and cheered me along the entire way. And the fact that I've now graduated and I've moved into practicing for myself, which is a scary place to be, but it's also showing them that they can do anything that they want. When I walk into my office, to me, it's like, okay, I can't believe that I'm here. I'm actually here. I truly believe that education is key.
Thank you for sharing your story with us, Kathy. We are in awe of your many accomplishments, and congratulations on starting your own law practice. Like Kathy said, homelessness is not somewhere one would like to be. By supporting One Family today, you can help ensure that families have a home of their own. And now I am pleased to introduce tonight's event co-chair and One Family board member, Michael Simons. Michael, along with other One Family community members, will share why they partner with us and the value they see in our work.
Thanks, Val. Hello, and thank you for joining in. My name is Michael Simons, and I'm a member of One Family's Board of Directors and a co-chair of tonight's annual celebration, along with One Family Board Chair, Barbara Marchetti. It's an honor to be among the incredible speakers who are sharing their One Family stories with us. Who makes up this amazing One Family community? The program participants, the volunteers, our staff, business and governmental partnerships, state legislatures and donors, and of course, people just like you. I admire the staff and am in awe of the effort and determination that program participants display day in and day out. I also see firsthand what this organization means to them and to their children. As with so many things in life, when it comes to advocating for policy change to help families become self-sufficient and housing stable, relationships and partnerships matter. In this part of our program, I'm thrilled to introduce you to more members of the One Family community who will share what inspires them to partner with and support One Family's work.
The One Family community is an organization of people who demonstrate strength, courage, and achievement.
The One Family community is an inclusive place for everyone, irrespective of race, religion, or lack of, sexual orientation, gender, etc.
What inspires me the most about One Family's work is their success rate. With 91% of their grads being stably housed and an average salary for their alumni of $55,000, they're providing paths away from poverty.
What does One Family's work mean to me? No one family is more or less deserving than any other to have a roof over its head, food on the table, access to education, and opportunities for fulfilling careers.
The dedication and commitment of One Family's participants is inspiring. I always told my scholars that you inspire me. Whenever I think of One Family, my heart fills with pride and joy.
One Family's help was so instrumental in helping me get the degree while staying at home and doing most of the courses online. And when I got my degree, it was like a dream come true.
I'm always looking for high impact charities that I feel can do a lot with a little or really make a big difference with not a lot of money, and that's something that I think One Family does quite well. I'm pretty excited to be able to be such a big part of some part of One Family's journey.
The way they work with their families in a one-on-one capacity, and the way they provide supports like career coaching and financial incentives has really been a game changer for the many families that they worked with over the years. And we're really proud to partner with an organization that really focuses on these underserved communities.
One Family's entry point is homelessness, but their work is about far more than just helping families stabilize their housing. It's about helping parents reach their goals and solidify a foundation for their children and the whole family to thrive. We feel the combination of our research findings, One Family's programs, and the voices of One Family scholars and participants are the ultimate triple threat for making changes that push us towards a truly equitable world for children and their families.
Thanks to all of you for sharing what One Family means to you and what inspires you to get involved. Through tonight's event, we are trying to raise $160,000 to support our work. We are so close. Please make a donation now and help us to cross the finish line. Your donation could provide a year's college scholarship, academic and career coaching, or technology and other necessary school supplies. No matter what amount you give, your generosity will make a real difference for families in need, helping them achieve their education and career goals and leave poverty and homelessness behind for good. I want to recognize and thank our generous sponsors for tonight's event. We are so grateful for their support and partnership, which makes our work possible. Our final story this evening is from Zuhaidian Carnacion, a current One Family scholar. She is raising her 4-year-old daughter while earning her bachelor's degree at Worcester State University. We are so excited to hear more about her journey.
Being a parent in college is stressful. Even before the pandemic, like before I had One Family, going to school, it was just like hard because I have to worry about not only myself, but my kid and how I was gonna pay for school. Like, you know, I have so many friends that are not in college, and so they're like, because I can't afford it, or I can't do this, or they just don't have support. I was never the type of person to ask for help. So One Family, they kind of make me feel comfortable with it. It just feels good that somebody wants to learn more about me and just help me through the process. And they let me know that, you know, like I'm like special. When you have like that positive reinforcement. It makes you feel good about yourself, makes you want to do more. My coach, she's there to talk to me. So she's like, how are you doing? Like, how are you feeling? How's your daughter? So they're like thoughtful. They're there to talk to you as well and support you for your like own needs. I was having a little bit of trouble paying rent like this 1 month, and I just let them know, and they're making sure it's not just temporary. It's what are we gonna do like after? What's the plan? Like when we have a plan, it's like, okay, I feel a little bit more structured. I feel like I should make a plan. Like maybe this is smarter. It gives you more an idea of what you really want in life. When you go to college, it's like they're not playing around about the work. There has been some instances where I was like failing a class, or I just did really terrible and I tell one family, like, they were just there to tell me, like, what can we do better next time? If you need any help, do you need tutors, They were just there to support me. So it didn't feel like I was a failure. At the end of my class, they were like, we can do better. Don't give up.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
That looks real good.
You gotta give it good luck.
I just felt like I could just do it. Like I didn't need to feel bad because, we're all going through so many things. So it's pretty hard to keep up with like one thing at a time. Independence is big, and it takes a lot to be independent. I didn't have structure before any of this, and being a parent and being in one family just like made me grow up a lot more. One family's focus is your family. That's where you feel your support comes in. That it's not only on a professional aspect, but it's also like a little bit personal. It's like another family. You just feel like comfortable with them. I know like when my daughter grows up, like I'm gonna be there for her more. I'm gonna be her coach through life and help her, and I'm gonna know to like get her into scholarships and find people that can back her up too, because like I said, I've never had that. So having someone be there for me is like mentoring me for my child as well. It's just good to show her like, that I can do things and that she can do it as well. I'm really proud of being a mother. I can be there for my kid and I can do more for her than my mom did for me at the age, she was.
1, 2, 3.
I'm proud because I'm going to school. At least I'm trying, I know a lot of people don't really try. So it feels good to just do it and be the best at it.
Thank you so much, Zuhaidi. You are an inspiration to all of us, and we can't wait to see where life takes you next. Tonight, we heard about some of the immense challenges that parents face when experiencing homelessness and poverty. We also heard stories of the incredible strength, courage, and determination that parents show on their journey to economic independence. Parents are the foundations of their homes, so when we empower parents, we also empower their children and generations to come. Every family deserves a home of their own. Partner with us today to help make this a reality. Together, we can end family homelessness for good. Make your gift now through our website at onefamilyinc.org/donate or by clicking the donate button on your screen. Thank you once again for partnering with us to prevent family homelessness. Please continue to stay connected with One Family and support our work. We hope you have a great evening.